Welcome to Babyface Hills. I'm your boy, Pops Griffin. I got one out of my four guys with me today. To my right, Menace Red.
Yo.
And right back at your boy, Pops Griffin. You know what we do here. We talking Babyface Hills. We are talking professional wrestling. We are talking about the WWE as we're on the road to WrestleMania. And the most electrifying man of all time has blessed us with one of arguably the best promos ever. It's like, my God, it's like Hove selling out, Madison Square Garden all over again. Like, this is crazy.
The Instagram one or the one on SmackDown?
Well, SmackDown was nice, but Instagram where he really just... The SmackDown one let us know, I think we thought, could he ever have that type of punchlines and them punches that he had back in the day? And he showed us he had it, but that Instagram, man, he went in.
Yeah, he went crazy. Did you hear Seth come back on Raw? The Diarrhea Dwayne's.
Yeah, I thought that was so happy, and I thought he listen, the Claiborne that happened to him at the end of the night was clearly from, for The Rock. Like, just shut him up, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, Seth's he's got to do better than that because Rock's in the groove right now, so you better really have your mic skills up.
Yeah, I don't know if Seth can keep up.
He calls him a clown emoji.
Yeah, walking clown emoji, that was funny.
That was funny. But what do you think? Let's start off first unpacking this with the whole Rock acknowledging Roman, right? I think that was huge. So that kind of hides any tension right now between them and allows the family to kind of at least get behind the bloodline, except for one.
Yeah, I think it's interesting because it looks like, from the last SmackDown, it looks like Roman's kind of annoyed with The Rock's presence and how everyone's reacting to him. He had to do the acknowledge me thing 3 times to get a good crowd reaction. So I think it was cool. He stopped him right before the "if you smell" held his, it was very dramatic.
Yes.
And then I don't know, because The Rock doesn't hold up the 1, he holds up the L. It seems like some trickery is at work, but I don't know on whose end.
It absolutely is. I think ultimately, they want that family main event. So they're on the collision course, but I do like the idea of that. Look, we might beat the mess out of each other, but nobody else is, okay? That's just the bottom line. We're going to stick together. So I do like the way that's looking, but like I said, that's not happening for everybody in the family.
Right. It looks like they're setting up the tag team match. I guess we get the final answer this Friday on SmackDown. Cody and Seth are going over there to confront them.
So it's pretty cool because this is something that we talked about, in private, just us kicking it a couple months back, rather. And I didn't think they would do a tag team. I think we may have even talked about it on the air, but I didn't think they would do it because I didn't think Seth would be healthy enough to do 2 nights back to back. How cool is it that that's pretty much looking like how it's about to play out, that they're going to have that tag team main event on night 1 and then on night 2, ultimately Seth will have to fight. Not sure if Cody's going to be in there or if it's going to be Rock and Roman, but just, again, to applaud them for so much that they're doing on the pivot level, but it's all just lining up and working out perfectly. It is pretty cool.
I like how it's all weaving together, too. How, Seth is kind of showing too much interest in the whole Rock and Roman bloodline thing. And then Drew McIntyre kind of comes and reminds him of that. I think that's cool. The 2 nights thing I think is interesting because what The Rock proposed was if Seth and Cody lose, then it's going to be bloodline rules in the Cody-Roman match, which means basically anything goes and as many interferences as they want. So I think that The Rock's going to swerve Roman and turn on him in their tag team match, so it could be a fair match with Cody.
Wow. So that's just an early turn. I'm wondering if they're I don't know if The Rock's going to turn on him too soon, but I do know that ultimately the goal would be to have the match under bloodline rules.
Right.
So, and I think in Cody's story, never being able to dethrone the bloodline is going to get that much more intriguing. And I think Seth kind of fizzles out the story because I do believe that Drew's going to pick up his belt.
Or I did see another theory. What if Seth turns on Cody and they do some Shield Bloodline thing?
Yeah, I saw that too as well, that could happen. And that to me is somewhat believable. I could see that. I'm also wondering if, even though obviously those four guys, you know, Seth, Cody, Roman, and Rock, that's the biggest part of it, but could this turn into a 6-man tag? Because Jimmy and Jay, yeah.
That'll be fun. Then they could put most of the match on Jimmy and Jay.
Yeah.
That way they're still fresh for the next night.
Yeah.
That would be fire.
Yeah. I'm wondering if that's what they'll do because they keep showing up and interfering. You know, him and Solo on Raw, then they're already on SmackDown. But
yeah, they're interfering and yeah, they all kind of weave together in some weird way. You would just have to find a way to tie Drew in, but not really because he's facing Seth anyway.
He's facing Seth, so he's kind of that guy on the outside looking in pretty peed off, and he's going to take it all out on Seth. But at least now you get the whole family involved. So
I think that's dope.
Yeah, because I mean, one way or another, Jay and Jimmy, I mean, they're obviously going to end up doing something. Either it's going to be a match, which is, you know, that's something they love to do, or that. But I think that would be even better than them having a solo match because you put the whole family on display all together. The only one who's not in the ring technically is Solo, but he's going to be right there.
Jimmy would look so out of place, though, on their team. But I think it'll work. If that happens, I think that's actually a really cool idea. To see Paul Heyman's getting inducted to the Hall of Fame.
Listen, man, there's a short list of great managers, and definitely Heyman has found a way to put himself to the top of that list, in my personal opinion. Obviously there's Bobby the Brain Heenan, there's Jimmy Hart, the great Cornette, can't forget about him. I put him in that category as well, but Heyman's found a way, man, to just separate himself. And I mean, those guys I mentioned, they all managed really great wrestlers throughout their career. But
yeah, I think with Paul Heyman, I like the fact that he invented ECW and gave everybody a whole subgenre of wrestling that people still call back to this day. But on the managerial thing, I think it's interesting. Guys like Mr. Fuji, Bobby the Brain, Jimmy Hart, Cornette, even they would get involved in the matches. Think about one time Paul Heyman has ever taken a bump or anything like that. He doesn't really get up on the apron and distract the ref. He kind of just brings his guys to the table and makes them legit and let them do their thing. I think that's cool.
Yeah, he don't be all in the videos.
Yeah, or if a guy can't talk, he'll cut promos for him. Yeah, which is cool.
No, Heyman's found a way to, make himself relevant. I mean, you know this, like when you come out in the arena and he doesn't even have to say his own spew. The audience will say it for him. You know what I'm saying? My name is Paul Heyman. I think that is so awesome. He's popular than some wrestlers, man. So yeah, I like Heyman getting into the Hall of Fame. I mean, dude, these dudes, they running it, man. This WrestleMania right now is about to be one of ages, man. They gonna break all type of records, and Heyman is one of the main guys that's right there featured, Yeah. That's pretty awesome, man.
Did you see the gauntlet for Gunther's title?
Yes, I did see that. I like it, I like my boy Brunson, man. I'm just trying to see. Yeah, and I'm hoping that, he'll get some love in this because clearly they done pivoted away, so we're not going to get the Jay and Gunther match, right?
No,
at WrestleMania. So there's got to be somebody in there that's going to at least be able to match Gunther's intensity, his physicality.
Oh, he just beat up Dom because I see them doing the Judgment Day Imperium thing.
Yeah.
Did Damian Priest and Finn Balor get like new tag music? Did you hear that?
Yeah, they did.
It makes them look cooler when they come out.
I like them as a tag. I think in the ring they look really well together. Yeah. So that's awesome. I mean, dude, they're traveling up and down the road together. They're together so much that all you can do is really, especially if you like each other, the chemistry is just going to get that much better. And you can see that with those two guys. As far as Dom with Gunther, like, I get it because Dom is a fan favorite, but I think the match will be trash. And
they fought on Raw. He beat him.
Yeah.
He beat him, and then he cut a promo right after.
That's what I'm saying. So, that's not gonna fly. And then with Priest having the briefcase, then it's if you fight Gunther for the IC, that doesn't really line up. So, I mean, whoever comes out of this gauntlet,
Bronson Reed's in there. A few other names. Sami Zayn's in there.
Yeah, Sami Zayn's gonna find a way to get himself at WrestleMania.
I think Sami versus Gunther would be a good match at WrestleMania.
I think it could sell.
That'll be like the Intercontinental Championship match is gonna be a good match. It's like a Dean Malenko, Eddie Guerrero style match.
Yeah, absolutely. I could definitely if Sami finds a way to get himself in there, it's gonna be a really great match. It's gonna be one of those ones on the card that's a showstopper for sure.
I think at Mania, I think Gunther and Rhea are gonna be the only champions retaining. I think everybody else is dropping, and maybe a tag team champions. Judgment.
You think they done take it off of Roman?
Yeah. Yeah. Now is the perfect time.
Wow.
Because they pivot away from the whole Rock Roman thing. And I was thinking about it today. Like,
but did they really though?
No, they did it for the championship. They saw the backlash from the people. Everybody was about to turn on WWE, and they're giving Cody the match at Mania. So I think Cody wins the title. That's gonna be a really good story. That's the new like wrestling story.
Okay.
Cody.
Now what happens if he doesn't win the title?
If he doesn't win, then it's over. I'm not gonna lie, it's over because they built it up for like 2 years. His story is crazy. His dad is Dusty Rhodes. His brother's Goldust, and then he lost last year, which would have been like a B plus A- story. But this story right here, people are gonna cry. They're gonna if he wins and he's holding up the title with the confetti, there's gonna be people crying in the crowd and stuff.
Like the big cuz said, you're gonna see these Cody crybabies live in the flesh in real time.
If he loses though, it's over. He'll be like in the main event, like shuffle with those guys like Drew McIntyre, LA Knight and stuff, but he's not legit no more.
But even if, like, how he kind of lost last year, there was interference, ref doesn't see it, right? And all of a sudden he gets speared and it's over.
Can't do that 2 years in a row.
I mean, well, it won't be Solo this time, though. The Rock.
Yeah, but I mean, nah. And The Rock still has to answer to Cody's challenge, too. Or no, his tag team match proposal was the rebuttal.
Yeah, that was the rebuttal because, like he said, you don't just call out the great one and get that. Like you're good, Cody, but you don't do that.
I wouldn't mind The Rock versus Cody though.
I would like to see that match too. I actually thought that's where it was going, and then they went to this tag team. I figured the tag team, though, a lot of this is to, with all due respect to the great one, because I love him dearly, but it's to protect him and make sure that when he is presented as a solo, package, that he looks like himself, right? That's my assumption.
What's his name? He's in the same generation of the family as the Usos and Roman. I sent you the TikTok. I gotta remember this guy's name. I sent you a TikTok on him before though, but he just did an interview saying that he's interested in working in WWE, so he might bring him on because he's the same age range as them and everything. He hits a little hard though. He's bigger. He's like Bronson Reed, just more muscular, faster.
No, they like deep. Like I don't know how long. I know, like they were saying before, like, hey, this is just like the first chapter or second chapter in this person's story, not just Cody's, but the Bloodline as well. Who knows what it could evolve to, but they definitely got their fingerprint all over the industry. And now with Rock really being in charge, like he said, he's the boss.
Yeah. But I like the way it's going right now. Yeah, hopefully Cody wins. I'm excited to see what they say on Friday, too, if they accept that challenge and really make that happen. Yeah,
I mean, they were saying, on Raw, basically that they're going to accept it. Seth is with them. They go in there Friday night. I'm sure they're going to get a standoff, maybe even get a little brawl in the ring or something like that. We'll see even how that plays out. Because you can't let Rock dog Cody too much, but The Rock can't get dogged too much either. So
I think Cody could keep up on the mic with The Rock because he's Dusty's son, but Seth might be the weak link there.
Oh, Seth is definitely the weak link there. And Roman don't got to say much. So, yeah, Heyman and Rock do all the talking. But I'm with you. I think Cody can keep up as well.
Yeah. They believe in kayfabe for the feels. If you go off script, then it's got to be real. Thank you for tuning in to another edition of Babyface.
Babyface.